I have an oak dresser stored in the depths of my chest. I rent space in its drawers because I don't own it. It was built by those who came and took up residence, and like those that had before them, eventually left. 2 drawers are locked. I'm not allowed in. They always remain closed. And I'm told it's done for me, to leave my heart's memories less exposed. But in the top drawer, I keep the pieces of myself so I can shut and lock it. The parts of me, or at least that used to be. My hourglass stored upright, my bleeding heart, my empty wallet. These are the broken promises that I keep buried, and I can't just remove the dresser. It's too damn heavy. So I keep it hidden away, lose the mental address, but maintain my emotional health. You see, the oak of this dresser was built from a tree, shunned by Gaia herself, unnatural to the ways of nature created by society and the affliction towards ourself. But this wasn't solely built by others. You see, I had to help. I keep this dresser buried, but not deep enough. I let my emotions dictate when it's time to wipe the dirt off, but every time I do, every time I wind up burying it a little bit deeper, and I make the face of the drawers just a little bit steeper. And I always swear, I swear that I'll call a locksmith. I'd have a nearly impenetrable lock built with the shavings of my heart, the sand from my hourglass, and the dust from my wallet. I swore each time was the last. And the next time he'd build it, I swore, but I never do. Instead, I keep this case buried, skin deep, directly connected to the heart I keep, hidden just under my sleeve. I used to wear t-shirts because I had nothing to hide and you could see my jewelry, but now the only thing I brandish is an overcoat to cover all the scars my arms received. And yet there we were, walking up Madison, against the wind, in the cold. You grabbed my sleeve, I got nervous, but you pulled me close. You didn't need to make your mark. You simply just wanted to take a hold. It was in that moment that it hit me, a feeling that only you and I know. And as we made our way towards Central Park, the feeling crept up my body, starting from my toes, filling my lungs with the air I would breathe through my nose, and even changing the fundamental way that my blood flows. It was a warm sensation, I suppose, that left the very fibers of my being shaken. If anyone else had looked alarmed, I would have declared it was an earthquake when it hit my waist and developed into an infinitesimal pit just above my stomach. And for the first time, I felt the lock start to break and release me from my cabinet. The drawers were mine to access now for the first time since it had gained roots in my chest. And for the people who've asked, what does love feel like? Here's how I describe it best. Love is a feeling sent, not spent. You don't have to be wrong to repent. Decisions bent, not at every cent, but instead wherever she went. Love is a black hole in the center of my core, but I see the singularity of infinite mass and density existing not as a cosmic entity whose very existence persists from its entropy. No. This is truly an event horizon. A black tie affair held at sunset at the Ritz-Carlton. The only people invited are us and my buried emotions. We empty the unlocked spaces of my dresser into the infinite beyond. And just like that, every negative experience I've been forced to hold on to is gone. And we question karma about the items I kept stored in the drawers of my chest. My hourglass stored upright, my bleeding heart, my empty wallet. We want to know if we can just discard the drawers with them in it. But fate interjected, and fate said no. Use them as your centerpieces. Lay the hourglass on its side and let the sands of your time rest with ease. Use your wallet to hire a carpenter instead of a locksmith. You need this wood wide open, not held captive under lock and key. Have the carpenter lay the wood down as the dance floor, and let this dance floor be the centerpiece of this scene, teetering on the brink to remain on the edge of what's beyond. In this privately reserved room, in the Ritz-Carlton, in your soul's undisclosed location, reserved by your emotion. Now, let your heart lead you both to dance together. Dance for the love you share, and wear comfy shoes because this song lasts forever. Don't stop dancing until the music from the strings of your heart cease to play. The sun will certainly set, but it will rise again with each following day, and you allow it to. With each kiss that you share and each tender emotion you allow the other's heart to hear, you will also nurture each other's respect and growing trust, but never forget the oak dresser that once sat inside you, collecting dust. And never forget the path you had to take to finally meet your soulmate. And I don't. I was taught to never let love wait. You see, every time I look into your eyes, I'm reminded why and whisper, thank you, Crystal Mary Swanson. Thank you, fate.